Hi there, and welcome to an Altos tutorial. This is step 4, using the share functionality. So hopefully you've had the opportunity to participate in our previous Getting Started tutorials, where we've talked about your reports, setting them up, and customizing. We talked about adding campaigns, which are the email communications that can be sent to your clients, and then adding those clients into your contact database. Today, we're going to focus on sharing, whether it's social media or print functionality or email share. And these things can be done via the interface itself. You'll see that there are share functions built in here for each of the locations you have within your account. Today, we're going to focus on sharing through the report. I typically advise that you actually view the report before sharing, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Anaheim report. So looking at the report, Anaheim, right? You have a share button here on the right-hand side. One of the things that's great about this report is how much information is built within the report, what you get for every single location you have within your account. For example, here is the link. Every report within your account has a unique URL. Anytime somebody were to click on that URL, they're always going to get the latest version. We update our reports weekly. You could take this URL, put it anywhere you'd like, and anytime somebody clicks on that link, they'll get the latest version of the report. That alone is great. But what do you get within this little link? Well, you get a full report for not just single-family homes, but also condo townhouses. You can toggle between the two, and you can make a choice of which report you'd like to share. We'll stick with that single-family home, but it's awesome that it's all inclusive. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that share function. What you see here is what everybody will see when you share the report. They too have the same functionality. So if they want to send it via email to a friend or a family member, they can. If you want to send it really quickly to one of your clients, you can. Just understand that when email share is used, they're going to get it that one time. Now, if they hold on to that email, anytime they click on that button link within that email, they'll always get the latest version of the report. So on click of email share, you'll just need to add a name and email address. Okay, so if I go ahead and say myself, I can select it. You can choose to use the copy that's already added or override it or add to it. Whatever you'd like here, you click send. The information added to those fields is sent to your contact database and is considered a new lead. Okay, so that's great too. You'll get some visual, you'll get a visual as to, who's email sharing and how many times that's being utilized. It's really a great feature. So that's one of the features under that share function. Now, another one, and you'll hear me say throughout the other tutorials, is that the print functionality is a really big deal. What you don't want to do is go up to your browser, file, and then print, because it will include all browser information, right? So the best bet for printing is to come to share and choose, do you want a single page PDF or a full report 6-page PDF? Both have great use cases, right? So for example, if it's going to be a print version, you don't have to have that interactivity. So by selecting single page PDF, the system will automatically restructure that report and have a very nice printable report, removing that interactivity, right? So here we are, we have a really nice report, right? And imagine printing this. So some use cases for this would be an open house. Whether you print out a single report or multiple copies, it's a great handout, right? It's got your contact information on there, right? So it's really a great tool to use in that open house. So that's one. What about neighborhood walks, right? There's a particular area in which you want to be known. You go door to door. Maybe you talk to somebody, maybe you don't. But this is a great leave behind. The way that we've structured these reports is so that it's easy to understand. You can feel confident in leaving this behind and that person getting what they need from it. and your contact information is on it, right? So again, that's a great reason to use that single page PDF as well. Direct mail. A lot of people are moving towards direct mail because we're all getting inundated with a ton of emails, right? So if that's something you'd like to do, you can include it in that direct mail piece. Okay. So that's one. Now, if we go back to that interactive report and we click on share, you also have a 6-page report. This is great as well. It actually extracts all of the data that is within the report, right? So all of the interactive charts, if you want to look at it via segments. So if we select full report PDF, you'll notice that a cover page is generated. You'll see that it's got all of the different charts, which is really great. So if you can imagine a listing presentation, that's when you bring out the big guns, all of the data, right? Remember, all of our data is based on the active market. So how's the market today? This is a great tool to incorporate into your listing presentation. And when you talk with that client, you say, hey, I have these reports. They're updated weekly. I will provide you this report on a weekly basis so that you're always informed about the market as you go through this process. Okay. So you've got this really nice looking cover page. Scroll down and you've got all of the information extracted from that report. You've got the charts. And what is a great thing about these reports is that the copy is added that talks specifically about what the charts are trying to say. Okay. So that's our report there. So this, again, is a great tool for listing presentations. Anytime you need the big guns, right? Maybe you have a new buyer and you want to take them to a series of different homes to go look at, and they're in different locations. Every zip code can behave differently in the market. Every city behaves differently in the market. Print out the report for each of the locations you're going to tour and create a binder of information. It's just a really great thing to supply to a potential buyer. Okay, so again, you've got your 6-page report, your single-page report, all built in to this share button. Now, lastly, social media, right? Lots of people are wanting to share content on social media. Lots of people have business pages, right? And when you have a business page, it's super important. Super important that you have content to share, right? Whether it's articles, etc. But this is really well received on Facebook. So you'll have Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They all behave similarly. If you click on Facebook, you have a choice, which is really great. So you can choose to share the chart that's within the report, right? You can choose to share the market profile. So it's reformatted so that it looks nice on Facebook. So I love this one. There's a lot of information in a really small space. Or the market action index image. This is really clear. So if your goal is to say, hey, as we head into the next season, how's the market in Anaheim? Well, pretty straightforward. It's a seller's market. And then on click of any of these images, it will load the full version of the report. And if they look at the report, they can choose to subscribe. So the workflow works really nicely. So you have a nice image that is embedded into your post that is an active image that loads the full version of that report. So let's say we decide on this market action index and we click share. It's going to then pull up Facebook, right? And it's going to initiate that post where you can add to and decide where you'd like that to be shared. So first off, you say, okay, do I want it on my personal news feed or do I want it on my business page? So you'll see share on a page you manage, which will then have a second drop down. You choose what page, and then you write what you want. So, as we head into spring, how's the market in Anaheim? Click on the image below to view the full report. Great. Okay. This looks super nice. Scroll down, and then you would go ahead and post to Facebook down at the bottom. Okay. So super simple, but you can post to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay. So again, there's a lot you can do with this single URL. You have the interactive report here. You have the share functionality. Under that share functionality, use that email share for that single email share, full report, single page, Don't forget to print these reports whenever possible. Use them, integrate them into your business and your social media. Okay? I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for participating in this tutorial, and hopefully you'll participate in another tutorial soon. Take care.